Hello ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to another raid video. Before we jump into it today, if you guys are brand new to raid or start completely from scratch, make sure you download it through my link in the description or scanning the QR code on screen right now. You will get by far the best possible start by doing so. Not only will you get Tagore at level 1, great support champion by the way, you will also be receiving Ugo as soon as you reach level 15, also a phenomenal support champion. And if you also end up playing the game for 7 days, you will also be receiving Alice. Currently, she is by far my strongest hero on my account, and she is absolutely phenomenal. Not only that, by simply playing the game, you can also get her souls, which will make her even stronger. And to top it all off, if you're a brand new player, you can also use promo code Monkey King, and that will give you a great legendary champion, phenomenal for arena with the speed aura as well. So make sure you're utilizing all of that if you're starting raid from scratch. Let's start this episode with a little bit of an oopsie. There's currently a clan versus clan event ongoing, and I was going to join a much more active clan. However, I didn't join them fast enough, so therefore I'm gonna be staying with Brass Mongrels for just 2 more days until the CVC event ends. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the clan versus clan events, you get a ton of rewards if you contribute a ton of points. And pretty much there is everything giving you points. Stuff like getting champions, upgrading champions, forging gear, literally everything gives you points, and that's all we're gonna be focusing on, making sure we get all the possible rewards. I am currently working on a mission where I need to get 4 rank 5 champions, and I've been patiently preparing that for this exact moment when the CVC event starts to happen. And my next champion I'm gonna 5-star is going to be Ugo. In fact, I do think he might be my next 6-star even, but for now let's just make him a 5-star, and let's go ahead and immediately upgrade him. So just to double check, that should push this to 3 out of 4. And then another champ I was considering 5-starring is actually Apothecary, due to the fact that these legendaries don't actually count because, you know, they're already, I guess, level 50. So I think that's kind of what I'm gonna be focusing on, and I need to complete these before the Void Keep happens. And the Void Keep will happen only on Sunday, and there's currently Tuesday, so there's a lot of days that I have before I want to reach this. However, most of my energy is going to actually go into farming up chickens just to fully prepare and get that mission out of the way. I was also talking with some much more experienced raid players, and we came to a conclusion that all of these rare soul champions for the champs that I don't plan on using, they should just be straight up sold. But we will be keeping the epics, and we'll definitely be keeping all the legendaries. And we'll be keeping rares for champions like Apothecary or Kale or champions like that. So that is now sold for a couple of things, and we are gonna be keeping track on the soul merchant here. If it lands on some of the epics that we are actively using, we are gonna be buying it. I know there was a Tagore one on the day 1 that I didn't confirm, but I'm sure it's gonna come around at some point again. Now, I haven't fully dove into this due to the fact that if you go into dungeons, this Iron Twin Fortress, you need both energy and these keys in order to get just a couple of these coins that you can then use to buy these mortal soulstones, for example. But we'll worry about this in the future. I don't think this should be too much on my mind at the moment. But I did want to show you guys this as well very quickly. I did manage to push Sacred Order Crypt all the way to stage 12 just with Alice. So that means we are almost at the point where we can start getting legendary materials. Right now we can only get epics, but legendary materials from the Forge. And speaking about Forge, I've been saving so many of the, well, as many as I can get, really, of these materials, because the crafts actually give you points as well. I will be mainly focusing on both resilience and perception, but as you can see, I do have a lot more resilience pieces, so we will actually be making some 4 to 5 stars. And I can go ahead and boost the rarity a little bit as well. We'll do 10 crafts of these. I'm still gonna have way more than enough epic materials after the fact. So let's go ahead and see if we get some great pieces of resilience. So let's start off with that. And luckily, right now I have a lot better understanding of how the Forge works in comparison to where we were when we started playing the game. I know what I want from my items, and I know what's bad, right? So that's also really good. Do we really get no legendaries? Wow. Okay, we don't get anything good. Let's just check out our 5 stars. So 5-star purple with critical rate speed. That is really good if the speed rolls higher. So that's definitely gonna be interesting. The weapon with accuracy, but no speed. We do like speed on our stuff. No speed here. No speed. No speed. No speed. You're gonna realize that speed is by far the most important stat in this game. No speed on the 5-star helmet there. No speed, and a little bit of speed here on the defense percentage gauntlets. So these two are probably gonna be the most interesting, and the rest will keep. I'm not going to be selling these just yet, but in the future when I need silver, this is where we're gonna go to start selling things. And now, why not? Let's go ahead and do a little bit of perception crafting as well. Actually, I need to be really careful here because I don't have that many purple materia. So when it comes to perception, we are just going to craft the basic ones and sell most of them. So this is what I have in mind, 3 to 4 stars. We just craft 10 immediately, and this is how you also generate silver. And we can double click to speed up the process. We ended up getting a lot more legendaries this time around. I didn't use any charms, so that makes absolutely no sense. I was using charms in the other craft, didn't get any legendaries. Then I didn't use charms here, and I got a bunch of legendaries. The 4-star legendaries can be really interesting. This one has both speed, crit rate, and attack percentage. And on HP percent chest, so that's definitely something worth keeping. This is a flat HP chest without any speed. This, for example, is something I would consider instantly selling, but since I don't have that many perception pieces, I will not be doing that just yet. Most of the 3 stars we're not really gonna look into unless they have speed. And here we have another helmet with HP percent, which is good. Crit damage, which is good, and speed, but only a 2, and it's a 3-star, so most of these will actually end up being sold. Let's do another craft of these. There we go, we get a bunch of tournament points, of course. The shield has crit damage and critical rate on a 4-star, and everything else seems to be not that great. No speed on this, no speed on that, no speed on this. Sell the 3 stars. Flat defense, sell that. 3-star with not very great perks, we sell that immediately. Boots with attack percent. Speed on a 3-star. I don't think I have many boots, but all of those should be realistically sold, but that's fine. We'll worry about that in the future. I've taken the quest to craft 5 legendary mythical artifacts in Forge, or 5 legendary or mythical artifacts with accuracy substats in Forge, and 5 epic or higher artifacts with accuracy in Forge. Meaning I'm now committed to craft things, yes, you guessed it, in Forge. I should have done that a little bit sooner. I would pretty much be already done. I guess the last time I clicked, I didn't use my charms. Do I just make one at a time just to make sure it works? Alright, so that was the epic, didn't get the speed, and this time the charms were used. So let's go ahead and do 10 of them. I guess, will it use 10 charms? Let's see. No speed on the accuracy chest, attack percentage without speed on the gauntlets, HP percent with speed, that might be very interesting chest plate, and with accuracy. This I can see using on something like the Goar, for example. Alright, we'll keep the rest for now. And now I'm not gonna dive too deep into the purples, so from here on out, unequip the charms. And I can go ahead and do 10 more crafts here, and then we're gonna keep a couple of... We'll end up keeping a couple of resources just to not use all of them. Yeah, another legendary there. See, the quest was completed. That was another thingy done. And let's just go ahead and start selling all these 3 stars now that we actually have a decent roster of these items. I will still maintain the speed substats, even though that's probably a little bit greedy right now. I'm not gonna keep 3 stars. I changed my mind. 3 stars are in the bin immediately. Unless they're legendary and they have like a perfect substat possibility. Which this one actually has like a lot of good options. But like 3 stars seems so horrible. I feel like I should just insta-sell all the 3 stars. Please do let me know in the comments. Do I just insta-sell all the 3 stars? I feel like I should, but I'm a bit afraid, you know? Like, I don't want to do it. And let's take a look if we have completed all the quests. We've definitely done this one, which is epics. I must have misread. So what am I doing wrong here? I guess I'm crafting legendaries, but the materials are not obtained through the Doom Tower. If I go in my Doom Tower, this is the boss I'm currently farming. Probably won't be able to do that one. Ah, it has to be this, right? It has to be this. I think it's the Guardian set I'm farming at the moment. Or is it Fatal? Or is it both even? It could be both, because as you can see, I only have the most basic of the rewards. So let's go ahead and craft some of those. I mean, I have so many of these supplies. I feel I could literally craft 1,000,000. And we're gonna do this until I have 5 legendaries. So that's 2, and we're gonna see if that actually does it. I will only keep the speed substats. Everything else is gonna go in the bin, I think. Especially the flat ones I can instantly sell because I know I will not be needing those. Alright, let's see if this actually ended up working. It did. So yeah, that's what I had to do. Alright, let's get 3 more legendaries from the forge here. And after a lot of crafting later, we are about to be done making our last fatal set. And I think I'm okay doing this because I'll keep farming this boss in the Doom Tower right now because it's the only one I can currently reach. And I'm just keeping 4-star sets with 2 actual good substats. For example, that would not be the case, and that would be like a nice one, I guess, to keep. If it rolls 2 on speed, maybe I can then end up using it. And there it is. That's what I've been waiting for, completing my last clan reward as well. That put my money situation over 4 million silver as well. And look, let's jump into clan quests. Let's collect, and we ended up getting a bunch of points. And if I look into my clan shop, I actually didn't really end up spending any of my clan points yet. And I see 500 for an epic skill tome is something I would be very interested in. 3000 for a rank 5 chicken. You can spend a little bit for silver, but I'm starting to think that energy is probably by far the best option. I don't really care about the rank 2 chickens, so I think I will spend all, if not most, of my clan points on just energy. And I'll do 100 at a time just to be efficient and make sure I'm not like overusing stamina and it actually not regenerating for me. All the extra energy we get, we are gonna be putting it right here into chickens, and this is also gonna give us a lot of CVC points, so we are on very good track here. And we are now 43 level. Very cool. Almost completed with my diabolists. I'm just using them as chicken, even though this champion by itself can be pretty decent. And Dallas right now is an absolute machine when it comes to campaign farm. Clears the first 2 waves with the AoE, and then the 3rd wave uses 2 of those hits. Then my Diabolists go through, and then she one-hits both of them as well. Very, very fast. Another thing that's really good during the clan versus clan event is the fact that every time you spend a gem, you actually get points for it. And one of the next things I wanted to work on when it comes to spending gems is actually the Guardian Ring. And right now I just have my champions that I will require later on for the fusion in here, but eventually as I unlock all of these slots, I will just passively create my 6-star chickens in this area. So because of that, I'm very committed. I am unlocking my 2nd slot. And there it is confirmed. But I will not be upgrading this further to 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3. I just want to be able to put the champions in here. Then when I log into the game, I claim 5 levels for 5 champions and do this every single day. And that's basically how I've always leveled my champs in the past, and that requires 0 energy to do, so it's also kind of efficient. When it comes to fusion, eventually we will have to fuse the Relic Keeper, and since I'm already leveling chickens, I might as well go into campaign and just farm the campaign to get some of these champions as well. That only took me 3 runs and I already got myself an Executioner. That is phenomenal. So if I look at the future fusion, I'm really starting to feel like I'm becoming efficient at the game, which I absolutely love. But I have Executioner for the future, I have Diabolist, War Maiden, the Speed Lady, this, and now I just need to farm Templar. And I'm just gonna be farming stage 6, I think, and just focus on Alice and 3 chickens. It is time for me to check out Demon Lord. Yesterday was my first time reaching the highest chest on the hard difficulty. I was able to obtain over 11.6 million damage through 2 keys, so let's see if we get something good here. HP flat boots, that is a no, but oh my goodness, I didn't see it. Epic skill tome, that is so good. And from a normal one, we end up claiming a 4-star HP percent. I'm gonna keep this for a little bit. And from the second one, we get a 5-star attack, but it's just gray, so I don't think that's gonna be particularly good. But wow, we actually get a purple book. Those are pretty rare, and that's why we want to start hitting hard as much as possible. That is also a good time for me to upgrade Ugo a little bit more. I know for a fact this champion is extremely good as a level 60, and I definitely want to have the Maelstrom rack leveled all the way to 7. Look how many books we will need. That's a lot of books. But even this ability here, as you can see, I can lower the cooldown twice if I get the books there. But this guy will soak up a lot of books. But yeah, let's just go ahead and use both of these. We're also gonna get bonus points right now. 2000 tournament points to be exact. And my heal got all the way to level 5. So on the next book, I might get a shorter cooldown there. I still have 0 books in my A2. and my A1 is kind of not really what we're looking for here. But yeah, I'm happy with points. Currently, I am leading in my clan because nobody else is active. Hopefully, I'll be able to single-handedly carry this clan versus clan event for my clan that I'm replacing in 2 days. First milestone reward claimed with absolutely no trouble. That's 10,000 points completed, and I think this is meant as an entire clan getting those points, because I don't think I can get 600,000 by myself. And that is Templar obtained as well. I now have all the fusible champions for our Relic Keeper eventually. That is really cool. Let's take a look at another deck of fate. So we've gotten one book, we've gotten one shard. What's the next one? Okay, we got like a Regal Mosque, so that is an relic crafting thing. So we want to get 2 more of those somehow, some way. We'll probably get that in the future. And now I guess it is time for me to go back to stage 12-3 and just continue farming. We have another Mortal Soulstone. I need to use this immediately because I would like to also get this bonus. I have 2 more days to reach it. I hope I can reach it. Let's take a look. It's a rare. Can it be Kale? It is not Kale, but instead it's Master Butcher. Lovely. Alright, if I get one more, I get these 200 coins. But I'm not sure because I got this from the Dungeon Divers event, and it doesn't look like I get another one from here. We'll see, maybe we get some bonuses in the future somewhere else. Also, I finally logged back into the game, and as you can see, my clan is playing a little bit. Zadna went a little bit crazy, as you can see. The enemy clan is also working. They have a couple of more active players. For us, it's just 3 of us trying to hold it together. We are losing at the moment, but who knows, maybe we can bring home the victory. But anyways, lots of rewards to be claimed here, and we will absolutely grab it, especially the stamina, super useful, and still a lot more to get here. I am now ready to finish my mission. Apothecary is just gonna be quickly boosted with Bruise all the way to level 40 if we upgrade his rank. I know for a fact I can unlock this guy because I have dupes of him. And all of those I'm happy to sacrifice because they're farmable, very easy to get. I get a ton of them when I'm farming 12-3. And our Apothecary is now going to be level 5. Now there's also going to be another mission somewhere down here where I will need to ascend. There we go, ascend the champion to level 5 ascension. So I do want to keep a good understanding of... Yeah, I have it. Okay, so that's so cheap, by the way, because he's rare. I am obviously not gonna do that right now. That's why I picked Apothecary instead of something else to push to 5 or even food. And from here on out, I think I'll start focusing on trying to get the next 6-star champion, which actually will probably end up being Ugo. Either him or the legendary champion that we pulled. Both of those would be great options. Or Tagore, actually. It could also end up being Tagore. Anyways, we will need a lot more chickens to make a 6-star, so that's kind of what I'm working on. It is time to open another card. And we get a rare version, so I don't know how this works exactly, but regardless, I'm using every energy I can. The next card, boom. We get energy, we take it. Now that I've successfully finished the mission that required me to get 4 tier 5 champions, I'm okay with farming chickens for a little bit, and I will now instead start focusing on some tournaments again. Currently, there's a Dragon Turn Attack tournament going on, and I want to reach at least 1,200 points, but honestly, 1,650 sounds like really good thing to reach as well, and at that point I might as well push to 2000. I don't know how far I'll go in this, but the cool part is I can do this sort of team and Apothecary gets levels, Ugo gets levels, and my legendary gets levels. I don't actually need Tagore for this stage. The Alice and Kale just carry it by themselves, and this gives me decent tournament points as well and decent CVC points as well. So that's what I'll be doing for the remainder of my energy. I actually decided to test my team out, and I was able to clear stage 14, which was previously the stage that I was actually kind of hard locked in due to the fact that it's a hard affinity for me. So that makes me think that I should be able to complete stage 15 without an issue. So let's go ahead and give this a shot immediately. Just like expected, stage 15 was actually not a problem at all, and we get a speed accuracy 6-star shield, which is actually pretty good. And I will attempt to clear stage 16 as well. I'll keep going until I get like really hard locked, and that is without even these champions being fully built out, with Tagore still having a very bad gear. It's really all Alice and Kale that are getting. I wasn't able to do it, but I think I would be able to do it on manual. However, when you're farming these sort of stages, you don't really want to be manualing it. You want to make sure you're able to farm it on auto. So we're going to be doing stage 15 with this team. We're going to be doing super raids, and let's see if we get any cool items. you don't see this very often. I just got an ancient shard from stage 15 dragon, which I believe is super rare. Very cool. Welcome to day 20. I now get my purple book, so Ugo is gonna be the recipient of that, but I think I'll wait a little bit for a special event before I go ahead and use those. I've also started utilizing my guardian ring exactly how I planned, which is putting 4-star units in and slowly upgrading them to level 40. This will then turn into 5-star units that I can sacrifice to make 6-star champions. So that is working in the background beautifully. And also I'm still 2-keying hard clan boss, which ends up giving me the maximum chest. Alright, perfect. It was very close, but there was a new affinity when it comes to Iron Twin Towers, and I was able to complete stage 3. The reason I wanted to push for this today was due to the fact that I still have this. If I use 10 mortal coins, I also get 200 of this currency, and I should be able to do this right now, so I can buy 1 more mortal stone, and we can go ahead and summon it. We're hoping for Kale or any purples that we own. Infernal Baroness. I don't think I have her, but we'll take the purple soul every time. But most importantly, boom, there it is. We now get 200 of this gold currency as well, which I can eventually use either to buy a bunch of Immortal Soul Essence or even an Immortal Soul Stone. Also checking the CVC situation right now. Milestone 9 completed. We're gonna claim these rewards. Alright, we got some assistance now. In fact, I might be the worst in the clan right now. But looks like we are winning by a little bit right now. Obviously, we still have a whole day to play CVC, so hopefully we'll get even more points for our clan here. There was also a challenge I was unable to complete because I missed the fact that I need to clear stage 10 of the Magic Keep. But I'm way too strong for this stage anyways. If I go into Bastion challenges, I can now claim this, and I can now claim a Void Shard as well. Beautiful. And I'm now on the last part of this. So I need to clear stage 13 Magic Keep on auto, and I'm just gonna look for all the Magic Keep quests here, and maybe I can push towards this Sacred Shard in the near future as well. Oh my goodness, ain't no way I did it. The floor 30, the spider, is now completed. It took me making Tagore a little bit more speedy, it took me having Wither, and it took me both Alice and Kale being able to one-hit the spiders in order to complete it. I mean, I was stuck here for a long time. Let's see if I can continue through the floors now that I have that done. And this is just gonna be my go-to team. We're gonna see if I can auto it. Absolutely no trouble whatsoever clearing the next stages. We get a bunch of rewards, including a 4-star chicken. And if we look at the floor selection right now, we climbed all the way to floor 39, and we can test the brand new boss that, you know, I haven't tested before. I will go into this blind, not even checking the boss mechanics, which might be a mistake, and we'll see if my team is strong enough to beat it. But apparently I don't have enough gold keys, so we have to wait until tomorrow. I thought I needed the silver key, but I guess I have to clear it once with a gold key. How about this? I can definitely not clear this. I need barbarian champions only for this secret room. That makes it so I'll go back to this dragon and just farm all of the keys here, and then tomorrow we can try to beat further bosses in the Doom Tower. Ooh, there it is, another ancient shard. We like to see that. We got speed on the rare shield, only 4-star though. Let's claim another one. And in this one we get speed here as well, 4 stars. I'm really at the point where I don't think I should be keeping any 4 stars anymore. But because they are special sets, I'm still sticking by them for now. But those are probably gonna be sold in the near future. I just got a really cool reward from a dragon over here, another ancient shard, and also a little bit of speed on the 5-star lifesteal set. Maybe I'll end up using this on some of the characters. Also, if we very quickly take a look at the tournament situation right now, we just claimed 200 points here. I definitely need 1200, potentially pushing to 1650. But the thing is, I also want to do this Sand Devil Turn Attack tournament because, well, 300 points is great, but 2200 points would be even better. I don't know if I can get this. As you can see, this is only a 22-hour tournament. So because of that, I'm gonna push Dragon to 1200 and then try my luck on the Sand Devil Turn Attack tournament as well. We managed to do it. Another blue shard obtained. I can't quite get to 2000 in the next 4 hours. And looking at the clan v clan situation, 2 hours remain and we are currently winning by just a little bit. I am holding on so many of my summons because I'm waiting for a better event for me to summon. But yeah, it's going to get pretty close, I think. So there it is, clan versus clan tournament is now finished, and we saved a lot of things, we didn't go too crazy, 40,000 in this one. And now we basically just need to wait for 1 hour, claim our clan v clan rewards, and because of that I'm gonna do one more hit on hard, just so I make sure I guarantee the max chest, and then we'll be able to move to a more active clan. I am currently trying to push through the Doom Tower, and I managed to do the boss without a problem, the Eternal Dragon on automatic. But now I'm stuck on floor 42 a little bit. So I guess it's time to try and do this manually and not automatically anymore. Okay, it's definitely getting a little close, but on manual I think we have no trouble clearing this. But I can see how on auto we made a few mistakes there. Perfect, I'm gonna see if I can push this even further up. I still have 7 keys to spend. We get a 4-star defense % gloves with not the best substats. And then we also get just boots that have no other perks right now. Alright, I believe right now is the time where I can actually leave the clan and join another one. Today's the day we're gonna grab a 3rd soul for the Alice. So let's see how that works. I just received a split soul. Maybe here, maybe awaken. Click on the Alice. Click on this. Click awaken. And there it is. She's now gonna be 3 souls. So that's really good. Now, just to put it in perspective, let's see what we got as a bonus for doing that. Firstly, we get 600 flat defense bonus just from the smite and 30% chance of placing smite debuff. So before that it was 15. So with 3 stars, we now get a 30% chance of placing smite debuff, which is twice as likely as it was before. And we get 600 defense on top of that, so that is really good for Alice. And then if we take a look at the future chase tomorrow, we're gonna get the 6-star legendary ring. I'm looking forward to that. Then we get the 4th split soul, and then we get an amulet, and then we get a primal shard, and then we get a legendary accessory banner. So I really need to make sure I get maximum awards, because my goal is to make Alice extremely strong. And it took us a long time, but we made it to level 44. I'm just doing my event dungeons, making sure I use all of my energy right now. There is 20 hours left on this Deck of Fate event, so what do we get from this one? We get more of the artifact stuff. And when it comes to the Queen's Fury tournament, I will try to reach 1200 points. Now that I'm finally in a lot more active clan, I get to have more rewards when it comes to the clan shop. And we will start buying Yannika and Yakarel champion fragments every single week. So it takes these clan points that we are nicely farming, and we can buy a limit of 5. I do think I need 100 of these in total, but that's 5 of those and 5 of these. But I think that is by far the best things I can buy at the moment, and just in general. Since I finally changed the clans to a lot more active one, I was unable to do all of my 3 or 4 keys that I usually do in the day. However, I was still able to get 2 of the rarest hard chests. So let's take a look and see if we get something good here. First one, we get a bunch of stars, but attack flat with HP, that's very bad. And the second one gives me just a straight up shield without any substats, not the best. And the first thing that I always do when I log into the game is I make sure I complete all of my dailies, but I maintain my energies, okay? I do these at the end of the day or when I'm focusing on tournaments, and then all of these advanced ones, that's what I work on the first thing that I log into the game. Today's finally the day where we get the 6-star legendary accessory. I've been doing every single mission every single day not to miss out on these great rewards. Okay, so a 6-star HP ring with attack percentage, defense percentage, and HP percentage. I'm just gonna take a wild assumption, and I think that's really good. Let's see what it rolls up into. Okay, the attack percentage is great. The defense flat is probably the worst one out of everything it could roll to. I'll put it up to 12. Don't go defense. Okay, that's fine. Defense percentage is good. I just don't want it to go flat defense. This, I think, is extremely good. We're also gonna use a couple of glyphs here, and we will definitely equip it as well. And then I was also considering swapping some pieces to make Alice by far my strongest champion. And what I was considering is moving these boots over to Alice, and then I would probably need to move the shield over as well. And then I would probably need to figure out to change this helmet into a perception piece. But I think I'll do all this swapping gear around when we get the free gear transformation. I don't think I need to rush it right now. This is pretty interesting to see. I decided to hit the chimera, and last week I did this, I barely got any damage. This time around, however, 4.8 million damage in one hit, and that was one hit, and it was enough for the max chest, meaning that the second hit I might as well do normal and see how much we can get. We probably won't get 9.7 mil damage, but if we can somehow manage to get over 2.1, it's already worth it. And we get about 900k from normal, so definitely not enough, but still a good benchmark to see where we were at. Alright, I've been patiently saving my ancient shards and one void shard, and I was waiting for the moment when there is a summon rush happening, which right now isn't the perfect one due to the fact that it is a progressive chance event and not so much double chase event, which I think is better for a fresher account. However, I was looking into all of these champions. I came to an understanding that both this Geomancer dude is extremely good, but also this Wallmaster Otorin seems like a great champion. He has all enemies on A1, all enemies on A2, and then he also has increased attack, increased accuracy, and speed on this champion. Like, I think he looks like a great champion. So I'm going for these two. I was also looking into Calvalax, potentially picking him up as well. The reason why is he also has this speed aura, which I think would be really nice. But he is not of the affinity that I'm currently maxing, which is the blue affinity. So maybe a blue affinity champion is a little bit better for me at the moment. I don't have enough summons to get a ton of rewards from these, but I should be able to get at least the gems, and getting gems right now would be nice because I can unlock another spot right over here in the Guardian Ring. I would love to see at least some epics that we don't have yet, and we started off instantly with an epic. Oh my god, we got another legendary. So we ended up getting our second legendary. I didn't land on the guy I picked, but this could be absolutely insane. Let's take a look. Skartosis, he is a Force Affinity support. Oh, only speed in dungeons, that's a shame. Let's take a look. Maybe he's good though. Oh, I think he's another full cleanser. I now have two full cleanse champions, by the way. Removes all debuffs from all allies, then heals them and fills their turn meters, the amount of which each ally is healed increases accordingly to the number of debuffs. 30% chance of stealing a random buff from enemy. This is so good for the magic keep, actually, I think. And 50% increase attack and increase crit rate on all allies for 2 turns. Bro, I have so many support champions. Let me look it up on the website of how good this guy actually is. But now I have 2 legendary cleansers, AoE cleansers, with like great buffers as well. Like, how am I gonna make a good team with this? But I want to see these epics as well. What did we get? We get a defense Earth Sign Ice Crusher. Very quickly looking it up, it doesn't seem like the greatest of the champion. It has attack all enemies on the A2, and that's honestly about it. So not too good of a champ there. I don't think I'll be building it up anytime soon. We also got Doug the Pierced. Let's take a look. Okay, this guy has very great ratings, both for Spider, Dragon, Ice Golem, and Fire Knight. We have 2 attacks on the A1 with 50% chance to decrease accuracy. It has attack all enemies and 75% chance of placing decrease attack, so another decrease attack spell. And also a potential of a 60% decrease defense debuff. And then he also has a provoke. So that's my first gem that really has a provoke. This is basically makes it so the enemies have to attack him. But also a reflect damage. And then aura is big defense in faction creeps. Okay, so this guy is gonna see some play for sure. And then let's take a look at the Ripper as well. Okay, this guy's ratings are not that great. It's apparently really good at one boss in the Doom Tower against Scarab King, but everything else, he seems pretty mediocre. And with that, the roster is starting to, you know, fill up a little bit. I wonder if there is any great combinations I can do with both Wither and Skartosis. Do let me know in the comments if you guys know if I should play both of those or just focus on one, for example. Now that we have done those summons, I can also collect my gems. And now that we've collected our gems, we can also unlock our 3rd slot in the Guardian Ring. Now that we have that unlocked, I can also upgrade level of Lurker to be level 29, just the same as my other 4 stars are. And there we go, they will slowly work towards level 40, and as I have those 4-star level 40s, they're gonna be very easily transformed into 5-star chickens, which I can then use to progress my 6-star characters. But there was another thing I wanted to reach in the Summon Rush event, and that's this Mortal Soulstone. So because of that, we're probably also going to try one Void Shard and see if we get something from this as well. I've checked all of those champions, which ones are the best, and I came to a conclusion that we're gonna go with Akemtum and Akrisia. Not that it matters, because I only have one, but let's go ahead and open this gem as well. All I want to see is that it's not blue. just be at least a purple. It is a blue. That is unfortunate. Harvester has horrible stats. I don't think she will see much play, but with that, I am now able to also claim my third reward, which is my Mortal Soulstone. And if I do decide to use 200 more, I can get the XP brew as well, but I don't really care about XP brew enough. However, we'll see if I manage to get more gems. I'll definitely try to push for energy. Originally, I wanted to go for the teacup points, but I simply don't have enough summons available. I did want to end this video, however, by opening these 3 Mortal Soulstones. I would really love to hit the Kale, for example, or any of my epic gems that I already have. I know the likelihood is super small, but let's go ahead and take a look. First one is Nia. I don't think I have her. Follow it up with... I don't know who that is. Totem, don't have her as well, but that was a 4-star. That could be like absolutely insane. And then the last one that we got, we also go a Castigator. Yeah, I don't think I'll use this, guys. This is my soul collection at the moment. I don't think I have any of those epics, unfortunately. Now, a part of me really wants to buy one Immortal Soulstone, but I know it's not worth it. And I have been considering purchasing this Kunoichi Perfect Soul just because of the fact that I have Kunoichi, but I don't really use her, so I'll be patient and I will wait. And the reason why I'm not purchasing an Immortal Soulstone is because just picking up Immortal Soul Essences is better and then finding the correct pieces over here in the Soul Merchant. But with all this information and all of those summons out of the way, I do think this is the place where we're gonna be ending today's episode. As always, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe to the channel, but also if you want to play Raid from the beginning again, make sure you start by downloading the game through the link in my description. Or simply scan the QR code on the screen. Not only will you get Tagoar at level 1, but you will also get Ugo at level 15, and to top it all off, you can get an amazing legendary nuker by just logging into the game for 7 days. And if that wasn't enough for you, if you enter the promo code Monkey King, you will also get legendary champion Sun Wukong. So you can basically start with 2 legendary champions, 2 amazing support epic champions, and have an absolutely phenomenal start to Raid. That being said though, I will see you again with another Raid upload, and until then, have a beautiful day. Bye bye.